Welcome to this week's episode of Safety Brainiacs. Today we're talking about how to manage a serious incident. When a serious incident happens, it's always unexpected, and so having a plan ahead of time is a really good idea. So here's some best practices for what you need to do in the event that you are surprised with a serious incident. So number one is make sure you know the definition of what a serious incident is. That's located in Part 2 of the Manitoba Workplace Safety and Health Regulation. If you are in another jurisdictions, consult with your local legislation. It's important to know that you would only want to report an incident that is listed there. We know of other companies in Manitoba that have reported incidents to the regulator when it wasn't required. For example, scrapes and bruises. When someone stuck their hand into a moving machine, the company reported the incident to the regulator. They came out, investigated, laid charges, and they were successfully prosecuted for an incident they would never even have had to report. So the second thing would be to make sure you have good incident investigation policies ahead of time, because it'll lay out what you reported, who should be reporting, and what exactly you do want to report. If ever you're in doubt, you can always call the friendly safety professionals at One Life Workplace Safety Solutions if it's a serious incident or not, or get a hold of your own legal counsel that can advise you. Secondly, you need to know that if it is a serious incident, you must call the Workplace Safety and Health Branch in Manitoba by the fastest means possible. And you only have to give answers to 4 specific questions: the name and address of each person involved in the incident, the name and address of the employer and any person involved in the incident, even if they're employed by another employer, the name and address of each person who witnessed the incident, and the date, the time, and the location of the incident, and the apparent cause that gave rise to the incident. So that's the only information you should be giving initially. If you're not sure what the cause is, do not say, because once you hypothesize or give your statement, it's very hard to retract. So if you're not sure what caused it, say, we're investigating and we'll let you know once we have more information. It's important to be aware that you must preserve the scene of a serious incident for at least 24 hours after you've notified the regulator, here in Manitoba at least, or unless they give their permission to release the scene. And remember, if there are witnesses, you want to get a hold of them and interview them and get their statements right away. And also remember that when emotions is high, intelligence tends to drop a little bit. So you want to be able to have people calm down when you take their statements. You're going to get a more accurate picture of what actually happened during that incident. If the incident is still occurring, of course, you want to make sure that safety for bystanders and any other persons is a priority, calling 911, etc., and making sure that that's safe to do so. If it is a serious incident, or it's an incident where it could have been much worse, like for example, somebody maybe took the tip of a fingertip off, but it could have been an amputation of a hand, and there's a possibility for a prosecution, it's really important that you do get in contact with legal counsel that is specifically trained and experienced in occupational safety and health law. I can't underline that enough. Lawyers will say that we're labor lawyers or we're construction lawyers, and it's really important that they have the training, experience, and successes in occupational safety and health law. You should be in contact with him before you do anything else, and they will actually request a client solicitor privilege incident investigation. And you should be conducting 2 incident investigations. One is the public one that's done by your Workplace Safety and Health Committee. You will be collecting information that goes to the Workplace Safety and Health Branch. The second one will be client solicitor privileged, whereby it's done under the direction of a lawyer, and everything that is discovered in that investigation that might go a lot deeper into the details is all privileged, meaning it can't be released to any other person. It's private and confidential, and it's kept private and confidential. One last tip: when you are dealing with a serious incident, it's really important ahead of time to have somebody designated and trained to be talking to workplace safety and health and providing information, and also that knows how to deal with the media. If the media shows up, the best response is no response. It's really important that you do not get on camera and start talking about what happened in the incident, how sorry you are, and even though you're sorry, I've seen it happen where owners and senior leaders give all the evidence for a prosecution on national or local television. It's just not cool. Don't do that. And if you have any questions about how to manage a serious incident, you can always give us a call. Our free consultations with a senior safety professional are always free. Click the link below to connect with our free resources page, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and that's this week's edition of Safety Brainiacs. Remember, a safety brainiac is an exceptionally intelligent person. So go out there, make good safety choices so that everyone goes home safe at the end of the day and your business is profitable and viable.